Shalom Israel, Shalom family. My brother Kalaka Yas coming back with another prophecy update. And before I get started, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach, Mamalak Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world really calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh. But the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and it means He exists. The true name of the only begotten Son is not Jesus the Christ, it's Yahweh Shai, and it means He to deliver. The Most High God, Yahweh, sent His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, to deliver the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child, primarily here in America, aka Babylon, or better known as Babylon, according to the Heavenly Father, and also scattered across the four corners of the world. The children of Israel, the true children of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right, so Shalom. All right, so prophecy. We're living in a time of major prophecy. We're living in a time of almost getting the hell up out of this whore, Babylon the Great. We're at the end of Esau's kingdom. So without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into the prophecies that I have queued up, which there's things happening right now that I'm probably not going to be able to get into. Because if you stop looking for 1 second, you're missing something. So the Lord is bringing major prophecy in the last days. And all we could do is watch and wait. Pray that the Lord make the time short and we're able to endure the things that's about to happen upon this earth. So there's a time of now praying more than ever, fasting more than ever, and building up our faith more than ever because, hey, this devil is coming down. Right? And now it's all spirit. Let me just get this. I'm going to go back to Isaiah 10. Let me get this in Ephesians 6. Because what we see on the physical realm, you please believe there's things that we can't see, nor do we want to see, that our body can't handle. But Ephesians chapter 6 and verse number 11, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that's what we need to be doing right now. Putting on the armor is going into many facets. Faith, not doubting, belief, knowing these scriptures when, for brothers that go out and teach, knowing these scriptures when Christians try to combat the truth, that try to so-called debunk the truth, which how can you debunk the truth? Put on the whole armor of the Most High. Why? Verse number 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So the things that we're getting ready to go into, now what happens on the physical realm, it plays out on the spiritual level first. It's hand in hand. So these are the times of being circumspect and understanding and knowing the times that we're living in that is perilous times. But I'm going to get that and then I'm going to get straight into it. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse number 16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. So these are the days of redeeming the time, buying the truth and selling it not. So watching these videos, watching these current events, linking them up with the scriptures, is all a part of doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai. Not being asleep in the day. Because we're children of the light. So this is a post. This is from throughout the week. I usually get them from throughout the week and keep them till like Friday. But I figure I may as well do it today. I got the time. Right? Just off the plantation, I got the time. May as well do it today because it may be a whole nother set tomorrow. Because the Lord is bringing major prophecy. So this this all throughout the week. So this is a Trump post. I believe it's from Monday. But he posted on his social media, Truth Social. I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. And that's another thing, too. I think I went over that last prophecy update. So he changed the Department of Defense back to the original name, to the Department of War. Why? Because we're in the time of war. We're in the time of all hell breaking loose. So this isn't fear-mongering. This is what our forefathers did. We have to speak of what's happening in the world. Here it is. The top nation in the world, Babylon, is changing their slogan to the Department of War. Now, what do we look like just speaking about just peace? Now, there will be peace. Yahweh Shai, he is coming to bring peace on earth. He is the Prince of Peace. But this kingdom has to fall first, right? Destruction has to come before the deliverance comes. And it's the whole narrative of the scripture. The Lord brings down our enemies and he sends salvation. But I'm going to get Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. So right now we're in the times of war, as you can see. We're in the times of war. And who's he coming after? Who's he going? He's planning on going to Chicago. And then you got these Jakes, these Israelites, saying that they're going to take the government out and so forth and so on. But all hell is about to break loose on this earth. We say it every week. Brothers make videos every single day. How much more before when this thing happened? It's about to happen. If you can't see it, it's because the Lord has hid it from you. And if you don't want to see it, it's because the Lord don't want you to see it, so you get caught up in it. But this is how you prepare yourself for that great and terrible day of the Adawan. Because it's coming. It's coming. I was thinking of another precept. But, oh yeah, sword is sharpened. Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse number 8. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword. A sword is sharpened and is also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. So it's coming upon, this is the slayer. These troops, these troops rounding up our people in DC and going across, it's all a ploy because World War III is about to break off. The chess pieces are being put in order by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through the Assyrian, through the Babylonian, through the modern day American. And we're going to read that in Isaiah chapter 10. Now I want to go back to Isaiah chapter 10. Let me close that out. Isaiah chapter 10. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse number 5. Isaiah 10 and 5. What sorrow awaits Assyria, the rod of my anger? Now, Assyria is known for being a cruel. Assyrian in this context is applicable to Babylon the Great, a cruel nation that oppresses the Lord's people. I use it as a club. I want to get into KJV. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse number 5. O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. So these troops and everything that they got queued up to come against the Lord's people and try to combat the elect. That's the Lord doing that. Testing for the elect and punishment and judgment for the 2/3 of our people. And the hell with everybody else. Because, you know, the Americans don't give a damn about their own people as well. But their plots and their ploys, the things that they're getting ready to do on this earth is Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. That's his staff. He's doing it. He's saying the okay. He's giving the okay. But on the physical realm, it's playing out as, oh, they're making America great again, and you know, for the betterment of this society, which the Lord said we would have healed Babylon, but we can't. It's done. All right, verse number 6. I will send him against the hypocritical nation. Now, Babylon's a hypocritical nation, but the Lord's talking about our people. Our people are hypocrites. We fill up these churches. We claim we're holier than now. So the Lord is sending a hypocritical nation against another hypocritical nation. So look at the power of the mighty power of our power, Yahweh. Our people claim they love the Most High. Nobody, for the most part, a lot of our people claim they love Jesus. They claim they love the Bible, Psalms 23, Jeremiah 29:11, John 3:16, you know, so forth and so on. But our people are demonic and evil as hell. Because when it comes to reading them the Bible, they don't want to hear the Bible. They never have time for the scriptures. Only on Sunday, only on Mother's Day, only on Valentine's Day, only on Christmas, only on New Year's. Only when it's convenient for them. So the Lord going to destroy their ass, man. Isaiah 10 and 6. I will send him against the hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the street, mire of the streets. And that's what's about to happen. But and beautiful in doing so, look what the Lord's going to do to this damn devil. Verse number 7. Howbeit, he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but in his heart to destroy and cut off nations not a few. For he saith, are not my princes altogether kings? Is not Kano as Carchemish? Is not Hamath as Arpad? Is not Samaria as Damascus? As my hand have found the kingdoms of the idols, and whose graven images did excel them of Jerusalem and of Samaria. Shall I not, as I have done unto Samaria her idols, so do to Jerusalem and her idols? So the Lord is going to punish him for his pride. He said he took all these kingdoms down. I did this. Babylon, I did this. Me, the Americans, manifest destiny. No praise to the Most High, so the Lord going to destroy him. And in destroying our people as well. Verse number 12. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem. So when the Jacob's trouble is fully fulfilled, when the deliverance come, when the destruction come, when he hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. And I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. But the Lord's going to say, not so. Because the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse number 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever it will. So the Lord is doing this. We're watching the Lord's judgment get down. All right, so I'm going to go to the next one. So again, I love the smell of deportation in the morning. Chicago's about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Hey, you about to find out why Yahweh is a man of war. Bahashem Yahushai. You about to find out. Russia's about to find out. Iran's about to find out. North Korea's about to find out. India's about to find out. And for damn sure Babylon, y'all about to find out why the Holy One, the Majestic One, Yahweh, is called and is a man of war. Thus by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. The next slide. Just continuing on to it. Trump administration live updates. ICE begins midway blitz on operation in Chicago. So here you go. Right? The demons are marching in. President, this from abcnews.com. President Donald Trump continues to face questions on Jeffrey Epstein after House Oversight Democrats released the image of a birthday message allegedly sent by Trump to Epstein for his 50th birthday in 2003. So they doing things again too to cover him up for being a damn PDF file. So he got to do things. They offing people. They got distractions. You got the NFL. Just so the so-called president of the United States can't be found out to be a damn creep. The creep that he is. The White House has ordered immigration enforcement in cities around the country, including Chicago. Trump's continued to take aim at the Illinois city as it braces for potential federal intervention. But it's just remember, Ephesians 6 and 12. This is spiritual warfare that we under. The best thing we could be doing is redeeming the time, staying unspotted from this evil ass world the best we can. Staying locked in and tuned to the spirit, fasting and praying and building up our spirit, the precepts. Committing the precepts to memory, because ultimately that's what's going to guide us and aid us through what's coming. Isaiah chapter 54 and 16. So we see the sword being sharpened. We see the weapon that we're going to have to see. We're going to see the weapon. The Lord didn't say we wasn't going to see the weapon. We see the weapon being formed. But the Lord says not going to prosper. But we see it. Isaiah chapter 54 and verse number 16. 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. So we see the weapon being formed against us. Now you think all these Christians, and you think we're not on the radar. To think that we're not on the radar, then your mind is terrible. You need to meditate, and you need to get your mind right. So when brothers do these videos, so when the persecution comes, we're not caught by surprise. To think that we're gonna just float from where we at right now to all the hell we catching right now, to float into a chariot, to float into the wilderness, to float into the kingdom, your mind is bad. Your mind is terrible. We have to go through it to get the righteous position that we desire. Yahushua had to go through it. Yahushua had to suffer. He had to get his bones broke. He had to get his face rearranged. He had to get spit upon. He had to get his flesh whipped off his skin. He had to get damn vinegar get handed to him. He had to hang, and his mother and his brothers and disciples had to watch him get put to death. Yahushua had to suffer to sit on the right hand of majesty. Hey, we have to suffer to sit on the right hand of majesty. Just not in the third heavens, here on this earth, in the kingdom of heaven, Lord willing. So again, Isaiah chapter 54 and verse number 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment shalt thou condemn. And the Lord gave us a taste of that when we go out and we go out and teach Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and their truth and sincerity. Any mouth that comes up against us, it's not scripted, right? The Spirit of the Lord speaks through us, through these vessels. And we condemn they as Bashem Mashiach Malak Yahushai, because it's not us. So we already see that. So how much more when we may have to be persecuted, when we may have to be brought before councils and lawyers and judges and kings? How much more the Spirit's going to speak then? This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and the righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh. So our righteousness is of him because now we have faith through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. But again, we see the sword being sharpened. Trump administration live updates. ICE begins midway blitz operation in Chicago. So we see the sword. All right, what else we got? This from a couple months ago. This from the justice.gov. It's just a land back off the last post. Attorney General Pamela Bondi hosts first task force meeting to eradicate anti-Christian bias in the federal government. So it's a task force out. Now, has this task force been used yet? I haven't seen it. Right? Maybe somebody could put it on the chat, a link or something like that. Me personally, I haven't seen it. But they're saying that there's a task force used to anti-Christians. Right? Now, we claim to be and to know through prophecy and just the plain out truth that we are the true Christians. That the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, woman, and child that follow Yahweh Shai in his words, or Yahweh Shai, and their words and sincerity and truth, that's how you truly follow the Messiah. Not mainstream Christianity. And for sure not Roman Catholicism, not Jehovah's Witness, not all these bugged out strange women. So I'm going to read the first paragraph. Today, Attorney General Pamela Bondi hosted members of the President's Cabinet at the U.S. Department of Justice for the inaugural meeting of the task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias in the federal government. The task force, which was established by President Trump under Executive Order 14202, was joined by peaceful Christian Americans who were unfairly targeted by the Biden administration for their religious beliefs. But we see that we see beautiful things, man. This is beautiful. Everything's about peaceful Christian and floaty and don't say this and don't offend and just love. That's not going to get you far when all hell breaks loose, man. That's not going to get you far when everybody is going through a famine and anybody can't see because the lights is out. Now, you have to use, for lack of better words, this thing is not all about hate, man. Which it's painted out to be. This is not a hate thing, right? This is about oppression thing. Our people been oppressed. Now, yeah, we don't put the blame. Ultimately we went off, but oppression makes a wise man mad, and they use a wise man's anger and call it hate. But there's nothing wrong with anger. There's nothing wrong with anger. The Lord gave us anger to exercise anger, but we use it towards our own people now. But now we're directing our energy to who it's meant to be directed at, and now it's hate. No, we're just reciprocating the things that was bred into us over generation after generation after generation, and it's justified by the scriptures. So let me not go off into that, but let me just get what I said I want to get, or what I quoted anyway. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse number 7. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse number 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So we just being patient. That's all we could do is be patient. The Lord said in Luke the 21st chapter, and I believe the 19th verse, the Lord said, in your patience possess ye your souls. And that's all we could do. Luke 21 and 19, in your patience possess ye your souls. Verse number 20, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. So when these troops start saying that our community is public enemy number one, hey, that just know it's time to flee and be a pilgrim upon this earth. But again, we see the sword being sharpened. We see this thing going down, and we got more upwards of the people. This is from the Times of India, IndiaTimes.com. Nepal in chaos. Video shows finance minister Paul Dell being chased, kicked, and assaulted on the streets. XPM Duba hurt amid Gen Z protests. So it says Nepal plunged deeper into political crisis on Tuesday as finance minister Bishnu Prasad Padel was publicly chased and assaulted by protesters amid nationwide demonstrations led by the Gen Z movement. So you see, upwards of the people. The unrest sparked by widespread anger over corruption and a now reversed social media ban has resulted in at least 19 deaths and more than 300 injuries. So we got this, and then what I just seen. So you got upwards in Nepal, and you got protests in France. All hell's breaking loose all across the world forever now. France welcomes new prime minister with block. Oh, it's not gonna let me. It's from 22 hours ago. Block everything. Shut everything down. Protests turned new French PM first day into chaos. Let's see how long this is. Play a little bit. Fair use. This APnews.com. So all hell breaking loose in the earth. Exactly what the Lord showed us. Exactly how the Lord said it would be. Exactly how it is right now. And you got Israel, our nation, still playing. A day of anti-government action across France on Wednesday saw streets choked with smoke, barricades in flames, and volleys of tear gas as protesters denounced budget cuts and political turmoil. The nationwide Block Everything campaign presented a challenge to President Emmanuel Macron and Sir Sebastian Lecornu's madness. Lecornu's first day as prime minister into baptism of fire. Although falling short of his self-declared intention of total disruption, the protests still managed to paralyze parts of daily life and ignite hundreds of hot spots across the country. The deployment of 80,000 police officers broke up barricades and dragged hundreds of protesters into custody. Yet flashpoints multiplied. In Rennes, a bus was torched. In the southwest, electrical cables were severed, halting train services and snarling traffic. And mind you, all this is coming to Babylon the Great as it's slowly but surely approaching. You got these different analytical people projecting civil wars. I'm just going to see what comes up on Google. And I'm going to get a preset. I'm just going to type in civil wars in America, see what come up. Oh, they again. Oh, here it go. This from 4 hours ago. Right through the spirit. So, independent.com. It says the reaction to Charlie Kirk's murder, which we're going to get into. Charlie Kirk's murder proves America is closer than ever to its next civil war. So you see that? The most terrifying aspect of current reality of the United States is not the assassination of the 31-year-old Trump activist, but how people have responded, writes Stephen Marche, however you want to say it. Author of The Next Civil War, as the sense of collective mourning no longer applies, this is a turning point for what comes next. So this man got deleted, man. Broad day with the AK. Broad day with the AK. And people's desensitized. Like I keep hearing the brother say, people is it's just like another day in the park. So, and all that goes from all these different Call of Duties and black battlefields and GTA. People is desensitized of people getting off right in front of their eyes, and that's how the American government wants it for when it go down. So I'm gonna get a preset. I gotta get the class. I believe it's in Ezra's. But 2nd Ezra chapter 9. And again, the earthquake wasn't too long ago. But we're gonna get just 3. 2nd Ezra 9 and 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people of the world, and there's upwards of the people of the world, chaos is in the world. Civil wars are brewing. You got the 3-eye atlas, the so-called these scientists or astronomical scientists are saying that it's a chariot. And I'll praise it. I just remembered. Got to get that. This was a UAP hearing. But verse number 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. We're living in the times of the Lord manifesting the end. Right? These are the most beautiful times to be alive. These are the most beautiful times to be an Israelite. If there was ever a time to know you're an Israelite, it's right now. So let me type in Hellfire Missile. UFO. So it says the U.S. tries to shoot down mysterious UAP, whistleblower video, and what we know. So let's play this.
Car can be filled with twists
Fair
and
use.
turns.
Fair use.
Getting the info you need to buy confidently doesn't have to be. USA Today Cars. Start your engine.
See that? And they kept on going. Like this truth. Like the Christians try to combat the truth. You try to attack it, but it keep on going. That's the video.
I'm not going to speculate what it is, but the question is, what why are we being blocked from this information?
So, beautiful. And that's the guy we're going to get into next. All right, so beautiful, man. Beautiful. Why? Because the chariots of the Lord, what is that? Not flesh. What's that precept? I believe it's in 2 Chronicles. Hold on. Let me just type this. If not, I'm going to get a different precept. All right, so there's another reason not to fret. To see how the enemy is... Let me get Revelation 12 and 12. To see how this thing is playing out. Now, you have to have faith. Because I always like to say, I said it to myself a while ago, of course, everything through the Spirit. If it's not for... You got some brothers and sisters that don't believe that the chariots are the UAPs are the angels of the Most High. If they're not the angels of the Most High, how the hell we getting out of Babylon? With all this technology that Esau got. If those aren't the chariots of our salvation, if those are not the vehicles of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we're not getting out of Babylon. You have to understand that. So if your faith is low in the chariots, then you better prepare to meet them missiles, man. Revelation chapter 12, verse number 12. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil... No, that's not what I wanted. Revelation chapter 12 and verse number 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. So they're going to fight against Yahweh Shem Shai, but not prevail. And these chariots are going to deliver us. This is the chariots of our salvation. So we need not to fret when we see the helicopters and the drones and everything that we about to see. Because they that be with us is more than with them. Now, it's a precept that's going to stick with me. It's messing with me, but it basically said the chariots of the Lord are not flesh, but spirit. But I can't find it. Maybe I'll try to type it in again, but this is 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse number hold on. 6 and 16. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. So though they that be with us are the angels, and Lord willing, we be us, which would be the hopeful elect. But there's more angels watching over the hopeful elect than anything that Esau and these other nations got. Verse number 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Lord, that's a lesson too. That's a beautiful lesson, because the Lord has to open your eyes to see the salvation, to even see this truth. And of course, this is talking about the chariots. But if your eyes not open, you're not going to believe that the chariots are the so-called UAPs. So I'm going to read verse 17 again. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. This is the things that we're looking and we're praying and we're hoping and desiring to see. Chariots of fire round about us when all hell break loose. Angels fighting these whatever number Esau got. F-32s, F-52s, 72s. It don't even matter, because they can't do a damn thing with the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, as we just seen. So we got economictimes.com. Putin's advisor warns of U.S. conspiracy to wipe out 35 trillion debt using crypto and gold market. What are they going to wipe out and do what? Wipe out all the debt and do what? Well, I'm not going to watch this. You go watch it on your own. So, I'm just going to read this paragraph. Anton Kobayakov, a senior Russian advisor to President Vladimir Putin, has alleged that the United States is orchestrating a scheme to offload its $35 trillion national debt by leveraging cryptocurrencies and gold. Kobayakov stated that Washington intends to rewrite the rules of these markets. positioning them as alternatives to the traditional global currency system. He gave these remarks during the Eastern Economic Forum, which was held in Vladivostok, Russia, with the purpose of encouraging foreign investment in the Russian Far East. So they're what are they doing this for? To put that thing up in you, to put that number up in you. That's what they're doing it for. Now, they're not going to tell you. So all this tech and all this AI and all this new stuff is to get you conformed to the image of the beast. And let me get it. Revelation chapter 13 and verse number 11. Revelation chapter 13 and verse number 16, Salakia. And he calls if all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma or mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man may buy or sell save he that had that mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So they're trying to dump their debt to put that charagma in you, man. That's what they're trying to do. And we see it playing out, clear and plain as day. So I'm going to get the last slide. So, this is the man that did it. So this was a guy, he was he's an activist, a debater. This was recently. Now, Edomite did it, man. So all this stuff is being geared at Jake, but nothing's happening to these Edomite school shooters, these Edomite mass shooters, these Edomite people that's offering their politicians and stuff like that, showing you that this is, again, is a hypocritical nation, and that this place is not for us, and this place is not our rest. So conservative activist Charlie Kirk assassinated at Utah University. And this footage is floating around the internet. This was broad daylight. He got popped in the neck from a high-powered rifle. Broad daylight. Now, I got video, but I'm not going to play it. But if you look it up, you can find it. He got popped broad daylight sitting where he's sitting right here. Right here. So, I mean, what we need me to speak peace for? There's nothing but war on the earth. There's nothing but war coming to this place. That prophet, let me get Jeremiah 28 and I'll close out with that. Jeremiah chapter 28. Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse number 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's all that's on the earth. War, evil, and pestilence. And nothing short is coming. Nothing short of war is coming. Nothing short of evil is coming. Nothing short of pestilence is coming. The only thing that's coming is more war, more evil, and more pestilence. The prophet, verse number 9. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh have truly sent him. So, but there's no peace coming. What the Lord is saying is whatever, if you prophesy in peace right now, and peace come, and you sent by the Most High. But if you prophesy in evil, and evil come, you sent from the Most High. And there's nothing but evil coming. The prophets are back upon this earth. The Lord hardened people to even see that point. So men is just through. Ezekiel chapter 7, and I'll end off with this. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse number 5. Thus saith Yahweh power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. So the end is watching. Right? You're supposed to be watching for the end. Don't have the end watch you. Right? With that, I give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Until next time, shalom to the elect, shalom.